Minnesota.
Tonight from Target Field, the start of a week-and-a-half-long homestand as the Twins close out the month of August, and it's been a great month of August that has seen the Twins build a nice lead in the American League Central. And here we are at the beginning of this homestand, along with Bert Blylev, and I'm Dick Bramer. If you want to look at a turning point for both the Twins and their opponent tonight, the Detroit Tigers, you might want to look back to the game right before the All-Star break.
Yeah, that being Sunday, July 11th. Well, the Twins were 4 games behind the Tigers going into that ball game. It was Carl Pavano who beat the Tigers that afternoon 6-3. And since that time, the Twins are 30-14. The Tigers are 17-29. And now the Twins are the ones that are in first place. They're the ones with a 4-game lead over the Chicago White Sox and 10 ahead of the Tigers.
Last time the Twins played at home, they had a really good homestand, a 7-2 homestand. They'd like something similar to build the lead even further in the American League Central. We'll come back with the first pitch of Game 1 against Miguel Cabrera and the Tigers in just a moment. To you by your local Northland Ford dealer. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. By Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. By GMC. We are professional grade. And by Budweiser. With full flavor and a crisp, clean finish. It's what we do.
Twins open a 9-game homestand tonight against the Tigers. The Twins have won 11 of their last 13 at Target Field. I'm Anthony LaPanta. Welcome back inside the ballpark. High school football season kicks off all across the state Thursday night. And we kick off an exciting new project here at Fox Sports North. The Fox Sports Prep Zone at 4 of those spots on Thursday with live web streaming of those football games. One of those sites is Minnetonka, where Marnie Gellner joins us live via Skype.
Hey, Anthony, yes, we will be here and 3 other spots on Thursday with live streaming games at foxsportsnorth.com. And this is prep coverage like we've never seen in our area with some groundbreaking technology I'll show you in just a moment. But in addition to games, we also have a half-hour weekly show. Anthony will host that on Fox Sports North Prep Zone, bringing you previews of the big games and interviews with coaches. And on our website, you can find these games. Anywhere you can take your laptop and log onto the internet, you can see high school football games. 4 of them this Thursday, and then every Friday throughout the high school football season. Thursdays in the winter during the hockey season. This week, our lineup includes Anoka against Blaine, Tofino Grace here at Minnetonka, Lakeville North against Eastview, and Irondale against Spring Lake Park. Those are the matches you can put on any of those games, watch it in its entirety, or watch one, then watch a little of the other, watch a little of another, dip in and out, and it's all free. And I'm going to walk inside the press box here at Minnetonka High School to give you an idea of how we're able to do this. This equipment here, this is a TriCaster, and this is the equipment we'll be using to bring you these 4 games. It's kind of like a production truck in a box. When we do Twins games, we have a huge production truck that fits 15 to 20 people. But here you can see we've been able to condense everything. But with this equipment, you'll still get the score on your screen. You'll get all the graphics. You'll get replays. We'll have announcers. You'll see everything you'd want to see when you're watching a football broadcast. And this will be 4 games on Thursday and then every Friday throughout the high school football season. FoxSportsNorth.com. 4 games coming up for you to kick it all off on Thursday. And as soon as the game is over, it's immediately archived. So if you're at a game, one of the ones that we are broadcasting live on the web, you can get home and watch the game in its entirety, or find a play that you wanted to see again, something that you missed, another game from earlier that night. If it's one of the 4 games that we're streaming that night, you could see it to get home. So it's groundbreaking technology, something new, something exciting here in the area for prep sports, and a prep sports fan like yourself, Anthony.
It's an exciting way to watch high school football. It starts 48 hours from now, Thursday night. FoxSportsNorth.com. Click on the Prep Zone link. First pitch at Target Field next.
If it runs the gap. Here's a deep drive to left field. This has got some carry, and it's gone. Jackson comes in and makes a fine running catch.
Brian Dunsing taking the mound, the first of 3 with the Detroit Tigers, and the Twins have 3 with Texas, 3 with Kansas City. And let's take a look at the Menards batting order for manager Jim Leyland. Austin Jackson, very likely the Rookie of the Year, leading things off for Detroit. Another rookie, Will Rhymes. Ryan Rayburn hitting third. Miguel Cabrera with MVP-type numbers against the league and the Twins. Johnny Peralta, Brandon Inge, Johnny Damon, Casper Wells, and Alex Avila.
And the Chief scouting report on Brian Dunsing, making his 8th start, his 47th appearance this year. This will be his 3rd career start against the Tigers. Made 2 of them last year. This guy has been a solid starter. He pitches to the corners, not overpowering stuff. This young man knows how to pitch.
And Dunsing starts him with a strike.
Fastball right there at 90 miles an hour. Again, he's not going to blow you away with a 94, 95 mile an hour fastball. He's going to work the corners. Good changeup right there, just missing.
1-1. Dunsing looking for win number 8 on the season. And now 2-1. Jackson, one of 4 rookies starting these days for the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah, you mentioned, Dick. I mean, this guy probably in the front runner for the American League Rookie of the Year, having a great year. Hitting .307, 29 doubles, 8 triples, and along with 21 stolen bases, been caught only 5 times. Good leadoff hitter.
Broadcasters don't have a vote, but last week we were in Texas, and the people there are convinced that Neftali Feliz is going to win the Rookie of the Year. Closer, outstanding closer for a team that's been in first place almost all year long. Chopper left side. Hardy has it. Kadire can't hang on to it. A high tag. And now Kadire may tag Jackson here at first base. And he's safe. Jackson did turn inside, but with no intent to run towards second base. So it'll be an error to start the game.
Yeah, J.J. Hardy making his 7th error of the year. You see a throw, and Kadire had it for a second, but right off the tip of his glove. And once he made contact with Jackson in the back, the ball fell out. Angel Hernandez, the first base umpire, saying that he did not attempt to go to second.
So Will Rhymes will hit. There's Angel Hernandez, and through that entire play, after Kadire dropped the ball, he looked at Jackson to see if he was going to so much as shake his shoulders towards second base. He did not. And there's ball 1 now to Will Rhymes.
Yeah, Rhymes, 27 years old. This is his 2nd stint with the Tigers this year. Guy, 5'9", about 155 pounds. They say he's a scrapper. Off to a pretty good start.
1-0 to Rhymes. Jackson, very good speed at first. Bunted in the air, and that's going to be a tough play, and it'll be a base hit. So a rough start for the Twins, an error, and then a bunt that no one could make a play on. First and second, nobody out.
Yeah, that's a bunt right there. Once it got past Dunsing, he has to go to the bag. He kind of hesitated a little bit, and by that time, Rhymes, it's an infield bunt hit. We've seen Liriano do the same thing. Left-handers have a tendency to fall toward third base, and you can see the bunt push past. Now Dunsing needs to keep going to the bag, and I think he knew exactly what he did wrong. Don't know if he would have been able to beat Rhymes to the bag or not, but once that ball's by you, get the first base bag.
Here's Ryan Rayburn, and Dunsing would love to hit a ground ball hit at somebody, another one, and maybe help himself get out of the jam. Here's pitch low, ball 1. Rayburn has inherited the 3rd spot in the batting order, so much of Detroit's season determined by injuries to, among others, Maglio Ordonez.
Yeah, Rayburn currently on a career-high 10-game hitting streak. And he's been hitting some home runs so far. 8 home runs here hit in the month of August.
2-0.
This is the 13th game between the Tigers and the Twins. Twins have the advantage 7-5 over the Tigers.
Popped up a foul ball and out of play. Dunsing, 10 pitches, 5 strikes. He
Well, it's the first inning, Dick, that has kind of given Dunsing problems. 9 of the 14 earned runs he's allowed as a starter have come in the first inning.
His last start in Texas gave up a 2-run home run in the first to Josh Hamilton. Another home run later by Vladimir Guerrero.
Not a bad move right there because, again, Jackson, very good speed at second with 21 stolen bases. At least show that runner that you can do that, spin around, and you don't have to throw.
Two and one to Rayburn. Tapper to third, but foul. 2-2.
Well, Dunsing making his 8th start. He's been able to get 12 double plays turned behind him when he's been out on that mound this year. That's what I was talking about right there. 9 earned runs allowed in the first 7 starts. And after that, he's been lights out.
You really want to go after this guy because no one wants to have to pitch to Miguel Cabrera with men on base, and he's the on-deck hitter. Just a question of how many men will be on base. 2-2. Popped up, backing out of play.
Rayburn in his 5th season with the Tigers. I'd like to get a double play ball right here.
Two and two to Ryan Rayburn. And a foul back.
2 previous pitches, fastball inside that Rayburn fouled off, then he went away and Rayburn fouled that one off too.
Rayburn strikes out about once every 4 times. And Dunsing trying to get him here in the first inning. Fly ball right center field. Span over and Jackson playing it halfway. And he will not advance. So a big out. With Jackson playing it off the base. He's stuck at second base, 1 away. Here's the Northland Ford defense for the Twins. Jason Recco getting the start for Delman Young on left. Span and Kubel the other outfielders. Valencia, Hardy, Hudson, Kadair around the infield, and Joe Mauer behind the plate. Any chance for Austin Jackson to advance to third on that ball?
I don't think so. That ball I don't think was deep enough. I think Span did a great job of circling behind that ball to set that up. And when you've got this guy right here up, Miguel Cabrera, you don't want to take any chances.
I think Jackson can score on a double anyway. No? Miguel Cabrera having a monstrous season for the Tigers. Up the middle. Hudson flips to Hardy. Just barely got the force at second base. Good play by Hudson fielding it. And Hardy had to look one way and feel for the bag with his feet the other way.
That's a tough play right there for a shortstop. And, Orlando Hudson, this ball looked like it went right through the wickets of the pitcher, Dunsing. And the mound actually slowed that down a little bit. And you can see just that touch by Hardy, able to get the force out of Rhymes at second base. Got to catch it and then hopefully find the bag or be near it. He just got that foot on the bag.
Good call by second base umpire Dan Bellino. So now 2 are gone, 2 are on, and here is Johnny Peralta. Tigers were still in the race. They lost Brandon Inge for what they thought would be a month and a half. They swung a rare interdivision trade with the Cleveland Indians to put Peralta at third. Inge came back miraculously after just a couple of weeks. So now Peralta's their shortstop.
Yeah, that all happening on July 28th.
Span coming in. He won't get there. It's a base hit. The Tigers get 1, and Cabrera running for third. Here's the throw coming through. It hits him in the back. And now Dunsing backing up the play, and the Tigers get 1 here in the first inning. And looking at second base, J.J. Hardy hanging his head. His error has allowed the Tigers to get a run here in the first.
Well, Johnny Peralta didn't hit it sharply, but he hit it enough to get it into short center field. Span comes up, and Cabrera going to third. If that throws off a little bit, he's probably out, but it ends up hitting him in the back. And Dunsing doing what he needs to do as a pitcher, back up the play.
A couple of hits, an unearned run, and here's Inge with 2 men aboard. Sliced foul. Inge got the hand injury, and then instead of being out for 6 weeks, he fought his way back and has been hitting the ball pretty well since coming back to the lineup.
Yeah, he got hit by a pitch. He fractured his left hand, and he healed very quickly.
Swing and a miss. 2 strikes. Dunsing has had to work up a little bit of a lather here in this first inning. It hasn't been a real tidy first inning. But if he can get Inge and get out of it with just 1 run allowed. Small victory here in the first inning for Brian Dunsing.
That's what you try to do as a pitcher is eliminate the damage control. If you can do that, okay, they gave up, he gave up a run here. Don't give up any more. This is a big out right here.
High and tight, 1-2. Dunsing already with 20 pitches on the afternoon or on the evening. 1-2 to Brandon Inge. And that's a base hit. It'll score another run. 2-0 Detroit. So Inge behind in the count lines a sharp single to center. And Cabrera, who ran to third on the Peralta single, scores, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, Peralta drove in his 62nd run of the year, and Brandon Inge right there getting a pitch away and lining it right up the middle, picking up his 54th RBI.
A good start for the Tigers, and Rick Anderson coming to the mound here in the first inning. A quick trip to the mound by the Twins pitching coach. Dunsing was in a pickle, but he was 1 good pitch away from getting out of it in the Peralta at bat and again in the Inge at bat. But the inning continues. Twins baseball is brought to you tonight in Sony High Definition. Look at the cloudy skies. Every once in a while a sliver of sunlight will sneak through onto the ballpark. Twins had an off day yesterday and find themselves in a tough spot here early in game 1. Johnny Damon at the plate with 2 men aboard. And he takes outside. Damon having a good year, a decent year in his first year with Detroit. A little dribbler up the line, foul. 1-1. And of course, a week and a half ago, Damon, claimed on waivers by the Boston Red Sox, declined to go to Boston, saying he loves it in Detroit, wants to be around when the Tigers contend this year. If not this year, then next year.
But he's only signed up to this year. He's a free agent at the end of the year.
Slap foul. The consensus is his chances of coming back to Detroit next year aren't very good. And also the consensus is he didn't feel like he was treated properly by the Red Sox in his departure from Boston to New York, and really didn't want to face that music again.
There's Jim Leyland right there in his 5th season as manager of the Tigers.
25th pitch of the first inning for Brian Dunsing. 1-2 to Johnny Damon. To center field. Playable for Span. And along top of the first sees the Tigers get a couple of unearned runs in the first inning. good at scoring in the first inning. We'll see if they can do that with this Menards batting order. Denard Span, great numbers again this year against Detroit. Then Orlando Hudson, Joe Mauer, Jason Kubel. Michael Kadire, Delman Young is not in the lineup. Yes, he is. He's a designated hitter. I'm sorry. Danny Valencia, Jason Repko, and J.J. Hardy.
And the Dodge-Trans Sky report on Armando Galarraga making his 18th start, his 19th appearance, his second start this season against the Twins. He faced the Twins here in Minnesota earlier this year. He has struggled in his career against the Twins, just 1-6 in 8 starts, 10 appearances with a 6.14 earned run average. He's a pitcher that relies on a good moving, sinking fastball and a slider.
Denard Span has absolutely owned Armando Galarraga. He's gotten 6 straight hits against Galarraga, including a couple of triples. And there's strike one. Span, last time he faced Galarraga, got 2 triples against Galarraga and another one against the Tiger bullpen. 3 triples in 1 game.
Yeah, that coming back on June 29th here at Target Field. Twins ended up winning that ball game 11-4. Nick Blackburn got the win against Galarraga.
1-1 to Span. Got it in the air, back and into the seats. Denard's tried to do more and more of that, but not with any success at all. Popped the ball up a couple of times. 1-2. Hudson and Mauer to follow. And sliced foul over the Tiger dugout.
Well, Galarraga, of course, the pitcher that had that perfect game going on June 2nd with 2 outs in the 9th inning, and then the controversial infield base hit by Jason Donald of the Cleveland Indians. He lost that, but he pitched a shutout. He got a 1-hit shutout that day.
Inside 2-2. And a Corvette. For having a perfect game taken away from him and handling it with such grace, GM came up and gave him a new Corvette.
Yeah, class act. Class act by the Tigers. That is a class act by Galarraga. Jim Joyce, the umpire, their exchange the next day. I think everybody saw Jim Joyce break down because he knew that after he saw the replay and everything that he missed the call. Took the perfect game away from Galarraga.
You can see the clearing skies to the west of Target Field, splashing downtown Minneapolis with some sunshine. 3-2 to Span.
Well, this is the 7th pitch right here in this at-bat. What a leadoff hitter wants that pitcher to do. Well, let's make it 8.
Span waits for one and fires one into the upper deck here on the right field line.
Galarraga, 28 years old, started the season in AAA, got called up in the middle part of May and then optioned down just before the All-Star break so he could get some more starts in, recalled back on August 19th.
7 straight hits for Denard Span against Armando Galarraga. 5 singles, 2 triples. And if you're Galarraga, you just throw your hands up in the air and say, look, I can't get this guy out.
Well, we saw that with Chicago, John Danks and Michael Kadire. You know, the same type of feeling out on that mound. There are certain hitters that no matter where you throw the ball, it'll end up where someone doesn't catch it. And Span looked like he got jammed right there a little bit, but he's still able to fight it off into right field.
Here's Orlando Hudson in the starting lineup again today with the player's assurance to the manager that he would not have to come out during the game, as was the case on Sunday in Seattle. Man takes off, got a good jump, and Avila will throw even though he had to sprawl to catch the pitch, and Span gets, well, that's a welcome sight for the Twins, a steal of second base. He hasn't done much of that.
Yeah, his 20th stolen base, and you see him looking in right there, but the pitch was down and in. Avila had to almost go to his knees behind the hitter Hudson to try to even make a throw. So Span stealing his 20th base in 24 attempts.
One strike to Hudson. And now outside 1-1. So Galarraga having to pitch out of a first inning situation. Span at second with nobody out. Inside 2-1. Span taking a pretty aggressive secondary lead as Galarraga delivered that ball to the plate.
Yeah, Galarraga coming off two pretty good starts in his last two starts. One in Detroit, both of them in Detroit. One against Cleveland, one against Kansas City. Over his last 13 1/3 innings, he's allowed only one run. Again, 1-6 in his career against the Twins in 8 starts.
And foul between Jerry White and the line. 2-2. Hudson with a jammed ankle, a locked ankle, suffered in the game Saturday in Seattle.
Yeah, Gardy saying that the trainers found the key to unlock that ankle so he could play Sunday.
Foul tip, and Avila hangs on. A check swing foul tip, and Avila hangs on for a strikeout 1-1. Here's the Tiger defense, brought to you by Northland Ford. Ryan Rayburn in left, Austin Jackson in center, Casper Wells in right, Inge, Peralta, Rhymes, Cabrera around the infield, and Avila doing the catching.
That's one thing over the last couple starts that Galarraga's been able to do is pick up some strikeouts. Last year he averaged over 6 strikeouts per 9 innings. This year, before those last 2 starts, averaged about 4 strikeouts. But over the last 2 starts, 12 strikeouts in 13 1/3 innings. And he got a big one right there of Orlando Hudson.
And Mauer takes strike 1. Mauer starting the day 32 points behind Josh Hamilton, who's lined up as Texas's designated hitter again tonight, bothered by some knee problems.
Yeah, Joe, very good numbers against Galarraga. 9 hits and 20 at-bats with a couple home runs.
Drifts outside, 1-1. So you've got Mauer hitting 450. Span hitting nearly 600 against him. Hudson was hitting 400 against Galarraga. No wonder he's only beaten the Twins once.
Well, when you're 1-6 with a 6.14 ERA against the Twins, that means some hitters have some very good numbers against you.
Popped up to left, and Rayburn got a very late start on the ball, and the shortstop Peralta has to run into left field. For whatever reason, Rayburn never saw the ball until the last instant.
Yeah, a lot of times, this time of the evening, it's hard to pick up that ball, and Peralta does a great job. A lot of times you'll see shortstops say, well, that's a ball for the left fielder. Peralta did not give up. He had to go a long way to get this ball, where Rayburn, I still don't know if he ever saw that ball. But a nice running catch by Johnny Peralta.
So, Mauer retired, and Span still at second with 2 away. Here's Kubel. Twins need a 2-out hit here to get a run on the board. And Kubel takes strike 1. The Tigers got a pair of 2-out hits to put their 2 unearned runs on the board. And a foul. 2 strikes to Kubel.
Kubel with 81 RBIs on the year, second on the team behind Delman Young with 91. And Kubel 5 for 19 lifetime against Galarraga with a home run.
Two strikes to the Twins right fielder. Down low, 1-2.
Change up right there. Galarraga, good fastball, not overpowering. He'll get as high as 93, 94, but very sharp slider, and then the changeup.
One and two, the Cougar. That's nubbed in front of the plate, and Avila has an easy play to retire Kubel and the Twins. Leadoff single for Span, a stolen base, but he's left at second. 2-0 Detroit. Degrees, threat of rain. I know the area south of the Twin Cities got hit pretty hard with some serious thunderstorms again late this afternoon. So far we've stayed dry here.
Yeah, Twins have been very, very fortunate throughout the whole season as far as bad weather. What a great crowd.
Here's Casper Wells drilling the first pitch into right center field, and that's going to run all the way to the warning track and to the wall. Wells can run a little bit, and he's going to hold up at second. So the Tigers, who jumped on the Twins, took advantage of an error and scored a couple of runs in the first. Now get the leadoff hitter Wells at second base after the first pitch.
Well, you mentioned Jim Leyland giving some youngsters an opportunity to get some at-bats, and some of these guys like Rhines and Wells have taken advantage of it. The ball, he jumped on that first fastball. Wells with his fourth double of the year in his second stint with the Tigers.
Alex Avila, the hitter. Avila was up for a while last year, but he, again, is one of four rookies the Tigers are playing in the lineup tonight and on a somewhat regular basis. See what the number 9 hitter can do to advance Wells from second base. Squares to bunt, takes ball one.
Avila has one sacrifice on the year. Looking down at third base coach Gene Lamont. There's Gene Lamont. Tom Brookins, the first base coach for Jim Leyland.
And Avila again waiting for a good pitch to bunt, takes ball two.
Pretty good pitch right here. Joe West earlier this year said he wants games to speed up. Well, call strikes. Joe West, the crew chief.
2-0 to Avila. He's given a swing here. A favorable count. Dunson delivers a strike, 2-1. While the Twins are playing the Tigers, the White Sox and Indians are playing in Cleveland. No score, top of the 7th inning. Justin Masterson going against Edwin Jackson. White Sox won last night 10-6, having to play 11 innings. Bobby Jenks blew a 3-run lead in the 9th for the White Sox. 3-1. And in case you're wondering, Manny Ramirez is property of the White Sox, but he's not in the lineup for Ozzie Guillen in tonight's game. 30 pitches for Dunsing, and he's got a 3-1 count with the number 9 hitter. There's Brian Fuentes, one of the two Twins bullpen pickups on the last road trip. Tap foul, 3-2. So Avila asked to bunt, but he took ball 1 and ball 2, and Jim Leland let him swing away. And so far, Wells is still at second, and now Avila's up there with 2 strikes. Avila 57 strikeouts, 222 at bats. Missed, and he walked the number 9 back. So again, first and second, nobody out, and Dunsing's got a pitch around this situation. Second Mercury key stat, and Dunsing again this year has responded well to being a starting pitcher.
Well, when he was put into that rotation last year in late August, he responded with a 5-1 record. This year, put into the rotation the latter part of July, and he's 4-1. Very good ERA, compatible to last year. And Dunsing making his 17th career start. He's done a good job in his first 8 starts so far this year. 7 starts. He's walked only 7.
Austin Jackson has dropped down only 1 sacrifice bunt this year. And he will go to Gene Lamont and make sure he didn't miss a sign there. Jackson leads the league in striking out. He struck out 137 times.
Gotta love guys like Jackson. I do.
Dunsing falling behind him now 1-0. And he delivers a strike over the inside corner.
I showed no bunt right there. So Gene Lamont again going through some signs. Jackson looking down.
Jackson may have seen something that wasn't there in terms of a sign to bunt. 1-1. Now 1-2.
That's part of the manager's responsibility of knowing. And you mentioned Jackson has only bunted 1 time. So, with a 2-0 lead, Jim Leland saying, hey, let's try to break this game open early if we can. Why lay down the bunt right here? And when Jackson, he's hitting .307. That's 10th in the American League in hitting. Tough guy to double up because he's so quick down that first base line.
There's 5 ground ball double plays on the season. 1 and 2 from Dunsing to Jackson. Popped up to short center. Yard span comes in, and Dunsing gets a big out here. 1 away. You can visit the official online shop of the Minnesota Twins at twinsbaseball.com. Browse the largest selection of official gear, including the latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, and authentic classics for the whole family. Get your gear from the official source, the twinsbaseball.com shop. Accept no substitutes. I guess a big out only in the context of trying to get 3 of them before the Tigers do some damage. The Tigers got a couple of big 2-out hits, and Dunsing got a big pop-up to center by Rayburn. He got Cabrera, but couldn't extract himself from the inning completely. Here's Rhymes, who bunted for a hit in the first inning. Rhymes, pretty good defensive player, they say, at second base. And obviously hitting well enough, over 300 on the season. Swing, but he went. Remember, at the start of the year, there was another rookie, Scott Sizemore, who got the starts at second base. Sizemore, at least for now, didn't prove to be major league ready, and so it's a different rookie. It looks like he might finish the season. One and one. 2-1. This will be the 40th pitch for Dunsing. He's only gotten 4 outs so far. to the Valencia, to Hudson, and Kadire can't dig out the low throw. Another poor throw, and the Tigers will get a run. So Hudson augured a throw that landed about 20 feet in front of Kadire, and he couldn't backhand it. And the Tigers lead it 3-0.
Yeah, ugly Twins baseball so far. You know, Hardy the air to really get the 200 runs in the first inning, and right here, I mean, it's a tailor-made double play. Valencia, good feed to Hudson. He has plenty of time to make a good throw, but throws it right in front of Kadire, and Kadire getting it off the glove, unable to get it, and allows Casper Wells to score.
No error charged on the play, and it's been, as we've discussed, one of my wishes that official scorers could charge an error on that play. The assumption is you can't assume a double play. And now they've charged an error, but
right.
To allow Wells
to score.
Okay, very good.
That's what that was going to be my question. And how does Wells come in without an error?
That's a double play you should have every right to assume, even though in the scorer's rule book you can't do that. 1-0 to Ryan Rayburn. High pop-up, short center field. Hardy out, calling for it, and that ends the inning. A leadoff double. Johnson tried to pitch his way out of it, but another unearned run for the Tigers. Moment tonight. You can visit exploreminnesota.com. Plan your next Minnesota vacation today. Leech Lake, the third largest lake in Minnesota. Great fishing, great walleye fishing up there, large and smallmouth bass, muskie fishing, and in the wintertime. And Bert, this is something I think you need to do. In the wintertime, in early February, they've got the Eel Pout Festival up there on Leech Lake in Walker.
Okay. I think early February I'll be on the golf course somewhere.
Up and in, first pitch to Michael Kadire. You can golf in Florida 12 months out of the year, but you're missing one of the great thrills a person can have, and that is to sit over a frozen hole in the lake and pull an eel pout out of the lake. And watch it squirm on the ice like a snake.
What a sport.
Behind first, and Cabrera gives up on it. And a collision on the warning track. And the ball is caught by right fielder Casper Wells. And Will Rhymes a little shaken up.
Yeah, that's tough right there with the crowd right there. The roar of the crowd. You feel it over there. I'm sure Rhymes and Wells were probably calling for this ball. You can see Rhymes kind of twisting that right wrist around. Cabrera realizes he's got to give away to one of these two guys, and it's Casper that catches the ball, but Rhymes makes, it's Wells that makes Casper Wells that makes the catch, and you can see Rhymes hitting Wells.
Wells a bigger man by a lot. And so one out here in the second inning. And Delman Young, the designated hitter, getting the day off of left field, if you will. Casper Wells 6'2", 210, and Rhymes about 2/3 of that. Swinging a foul, 1-1. Now Delman Young has not had very good success against Armando Galarraga.
Yeah, don't let that fool you right there. Rhymes at 5'9".
Squirted to the right side, and Cabrera goes to the bag out, number 2.
Boy, Smalley, that's a tough play, for a middle infielder to go, but the right fielder and all the noise factor.
It really is a tough play, guys, and what happens there is the second baseman, Rhymes, really is only thinking about Cabrera. He is responsible for saving Cabrera from having to make an over-the-shoulder catch, so he's going after that ball and listening for the outfielder, but he's thinking he has to catch it. The outfielder called it late, and that's why, and Rhymes was about to make the catch before Cabrera, and that's why they had that little collision there. The outfielder just called it real late.
2 outs, and here's Danny Valencia.
Let's take a look what Rhymes has to do right here. You listen, but then right there he kind of tried to get out of the way as Casper Wells called for it, but then he made contact with him.
Valencia takes inside, 1-1. 5 in a row set down by Galarraga, or to put it another way, he's retired everybody but the one guy he can't get out, Denard Span. Big swing and a miss, 1-2.
A good slider right there. That's his bread and butter pitch when he's on. He'll get ground ball outs, and his strikeout pitch is that slider.
Foul. You hope that the Twins' approach is the same, even though the score has changed from the first pitch. 3-0. Galarraga, the type of guy that can just tease you off the plate, and if you're overeager at the plate, you can find yourself really getting handcuffed by this guy. 1-2 to Valencia, like that. Although that's to the backstop, but one of those guys that unless you force him to throw it over the plate, he won't throw it over the plate.
Galarraga looked like he dropped down on that pitch right there, more side on.
Shelley Duncan's homered for the Indians. It's 1-0 Cleveland, top of the 8th inning. 2-2 to Valencia. Driven deep to left. Hard off the wall. Valencia will dig for second. Here's a strong throw from Rayburn. Safe, and if Rhymes had held on to the ball, they may have thrown Valencia out. What a throw by Rayburn in left field.
Oh, what a great way of playing that angle right there. Rayburn realized he could not get to it. He's hoping that he could play the carom properly, and he did. The breaking ball just like it hung right there for Valencia. And with 2 outs, of course, Valencia thinking double the whole way. Rayburn playing the carom, and that little hesitation. Now, you see the ball short hops Rhymes. But Valencia with a 2-out double.
Tigers have scored their runs with 2-out at-bats. Here's Repko at the plate. Yeah, nice block by Avila. All the talk. Take another look at Avila's block, keeping Valencia at second.
Well, you know a slider's coming. And Avila does a good job of getting that slider and keeping it in front of him.
One and 0 to Repko, trying to get Valencia in from second. The Twins left Span there in the first inning. Outside, 2-0. All the talk about Manny Ramirez going from the Dodgers to the White Sox. Here's a guy, Repko, who owes Manny Ramirez an awful lot. because Repko was Ramirez's defensive replacement with the Dodgers the last couple of years. Outside, 3-0 with Hardy on deck. Ramirez, as great an offensive player as he is, was not much defensively. It hasn't been for quite some time. So Repko was the guy assigned to finish the games after Ramirez had done his damage with the bat for Los Angeles. Repko takes one down the middle, 3-1. So I asked Repko, his thoughts about Ramirez, and he said, you know what, 2 years ago when he came over to the Dodgers, he was exactly what the Dodger clubhouse needed. He loosened everybody up and got them to just play baseball and have fun. Fouled back, he lost the bat, and it's 3-2.
I know when Manny was with the Boston Red Sox, Manny was the type of guy that he was one of the first ones there at the ballpark. He really put a lot of time in as far as conditioning himself and getting ready for the ball game. Well, he'll be a nice addition to the Chicago White Sox.
Full count to Repko.
But he won't play much defense there. He'll probably just be the designated hitter.
High pop-up center field. Jackson with a late start comes in and ends the inning. Again, the Twins leave a runner in scoring position, and after 2 innings, they're down 3-0.
High school via Skype. The stands behind me here will be full on Thursday night when the high school football season kicks off, and we'll be kicking off a new venture called Fox Sports Prep Zone. We will be streaming live 4 games every Friday night during the high school football season, Thursday night this week because of Labor Day. But in the winter, it'll be high school hockey games on Thursday night. You'll be able to log on to foxsportsnorth.com, click on any game you want to see or part of a game, join one game, dip into another, and see our webcast streaming live. The schedule for this Thursday is Anoka against Blaine, Totino Grace here at Minnetonka, Lakeview North against Eastview, and Irondale against Spring Lake Park. And if you have friends or family who are not able to get to games or maybe live out of town, this is a great way for them to catch some high school sports. FoxSportsNorth.com. Bert and Dick, especially, I know, Dick, you like to catch up on your Minnesota high school sports being from here. You could be done at a Twins game, head home, and watch a high school football game that'll be archived immediately as soon as it's finished for your viewing pleasure at FoxSportsNorth.com. It's a Fox Sports North Prep Zone. Pretty cool stuff we have coming up this football season.
Well, absolutely. Thank you, Marnie.
You know what's so neat about that is a lot of these high school kids probably have grandparents that might be living somewhere else in the country. They get a chance, rather than having to fly all the way to watch your grandson play, maybe get a chance to just watch him on the computer. Pretty neat thing.
You got a grandparent living in Schenectady, New York. They can actually follow the team's exploits on that's why they call it the World Wide Web. You can get it anywhere in the world. 2-2 here to Miguel Cabrera leading off the third inning, and Dunsing would love to pitch from the full windup for a while. Each leadoff man he's faced has reached and scored. Ooh, close pitch, and it's a full count to Cabrera.
Yeah, I think Dunsing, both these pitchers have made through some pretty good pitches, but very tight strike zone, it looks like, from Joe West.
Red Sox have tied the Indians at 1 in the 8th. 3-2 to the leadoff man. And a swing and a miss. Cabrera is gone on strike.
And Dunsing picks up his first strikeout. Well, 3-2 pitch from Dunsing. Eagles with that hard breaking ball, flipping the outer half of the plate.
So 1 gone, and that'll bring up Peralta, who drove in a Tiger run, the first run, with a 2-out single, little flare into center field. He has an expensive option for next year, but an option that the Tigers might be inclined to pick up. He's had an impact in Detroit's lineup. Just 13 home runs on the season, but 6 of them for the Tigers. He had just 7 for the Indians. Pitches for Dunsing. Bouncer to Hudson. 2 away.
Well, here's some fans that we're going to circle tonight in the section. If you'd like to be circled, and you bring your signs just like this, and tell us why you should be circled. There you go. You are hereby circled. You go to foxsportsnorth.com and tell us why. The better the sign, the more likely to be circled. Winning sections will be announced in the morning before each game on foxsportsnorth.com and KFAN.com.
It's interesting. They could change the name of Mower County and only have to change the spelling, because that's how you pronounce that, M-O-W-E-R. You could just simply change the spelling if you wanted to. 1-0 to Inge. Bouncer this time to Hardy.
Better inning for Dunsing.
Better throw by Hardy. 3 up, 3 down in the top of the third. 11 pitches for Dunsing, but a 3-0 Tiger lead. And the player's name, the short code 234-234. And Dunsing right now at 37%. He's retired 6 men in a row, but he finds himself behind 3-0. Here's J.J. Hardy for the Twins. And there's strike one from Armando Galarraga. Twins coming into this game allowing just 23 unearned runs, and they've allowed 3 of them. That goes right through Galarraga. Somehow doesn't make or hit the bag, and Cabrera with a nice scoop at first base. Rhymes fielded that ball, looked like behind the bag, and it almost hit second base, and instead Hardy's retired one away.
Yeah, this ball going through the wickets of Galarraga right here. Looks like he should catch this ball instead, right through the wicket, and then it popped over the bag. Will Rhymes does a good job of fielding the ball, and a good job by Cabrera over at first base, getting that little short hop.
So 1 down, and here's Span. 7 straight hits for Span against Galarraga with his first inning single. He slaps it the other way, slicing away from Rayburn and off his glove, and Rayburn spills into the crowd and comes away limping just a little bit. Great effort by Ryan Rayburn.
Yeah, that wall down there about 3 foot tall, and Rayburn, great effort.
Wow.
You think about the knee that might have jammed into that short wall. Watch Rayburn full speed, and then that wall just stops him.
Had it on the very tip of his glove, and he's very lucky that that pad is there and kept him from a serious injury.
Yeah, kind of bending that right knee a little bit.
So 1 strike to Span. Span singled, stole second, but was left there. He was at second with nobody out, and the Twins couldn't budge him from second base. Just outside. Very close pitch. 1-1. There's the outside corner. 1-2. 2-2. When Span ended up with a base hit in the first inning, it was on a 3-2 pitch after Galarraga got ahead of Span. 0-2. And if there's been a criticism of the Tigers of Galarraga from Jim Leland and Rick Knapp, the pitching coach, at times he just tends to nibble and he doesn't challenge hitters and trust his stuff. And now he's faced with another 3-2 situation with Span at the plate. Pulled foul over the roof for the Twins dugout.
Galarraga, originally signed by the Expos back in 1998, came up through the big leagues with the Rangers. Played in only 3 ball games for the Rangers in 2007, and then traded over to the Tigers over the winter of 2008.
Another 3-2 to Span, and a fly ball lifted to left. Rayburn retreats. And that breaks a 7-for-7 string for Span against Galarraga, and Galarraga applauds into his glove and a little smile at Span as he comes by. Roy Smalley down by the Twins dugout. Galarraga, one of those guys that you've really got to discipline yourself as a hitter, don't you?
Yeah, you really do, Dick. You make a very good point about him wanting to nibble, and the Twins need to. The Twins hitters need to be patient and get a ball that they can hit. But the other thing about him, the approach about him, is his good stuff is rarely in the middle of the plate. He doesn't throw hard enough, as Bert said, to throw the ball by you. So he relies on sinker and a little slider. He'll try to backdoor the slider like that. He'll try to throw the slider down and in the left-handers. And you really have to make him be in the middle of the plate and up in the zone, because the sinker doesn't sink as much and the slider's not as active up there.
And now Hudson rifles a 2-out base hit to right field.
Yeah, 2 straight pitches right there at 82 miles an hour. Galarraga just saying, okay, I'll get strike 1, just throw it nice and easy. He tried it again. This time Hudson, you see the location too much of the plate. Hudson lines it into right field. That's where, as a pitcher like a Galarraga or anybody, you want to change speeds a little bit. Both those pitches, 82, and the hitters, they'll catch up to you if you're always trying to nibble a little bit.
Here's Mauer, hit a fly ball to left his first time up. Twins with 1 hit in each of the first 3 innings. And now Mauer takes a strike on the inside corner. Second deck here at Target Field. 2 strikes. Mauer in the last homestand, a successful one for the team. They won 7 games out of 9. He hit his first Target Field home run. It'll be interesting to see if he can back it up with another home run or 2 or 3 here in this homestand. Takes a close pitch, 1-2. A little dribble right side. Galarraga can't make the play, but Rhymes does. The Twins get another 2-out hit. Can't do anything with it. It's 3-0.
We could do to Circle B, Bert, that you could get 95-year-old women to stick their head through a hole like that. It's unbelievable. Happy birthday, young lady.
Grand Casino story of the game so far. 3 unearned runs allowed by the Twins. And to his credit, Dunsing has retired 6 men in a row here. Second time through the Detroit batting order. And he'll face the bottom third of the Tiger lineup here in the 4th. Johnny Damon taking strike 1. We'll pass along a happy 70th anniversary to Russell and Margaret Lundquist, season ticket holders for the Twins for over 40 years. At the end of the bat, 2 strikes to Damon. Two strikes to the leadoff man here in the 4th. Slow breaking ball up and in, 1-2.
Yeah, 3 straight curveballs so far by Dunsing to Damon. Damon in his 16th Major League season. His first season with the Tigers.
Half swing, but he went. He's gone for the first out of the 4th. One away, another rookie in the Detroit lineup. Casper Wells doubled his first time up, and he's in the lineup because of a key injury for the Tigers.
Yeah, Maglar Ordonez right there just grabbing that right ankle as he slid across home plate off a double by Cabrera. They thought that ankle was going to heal quickly, but they ended up having to have surgery on that right ankle when it did not heal the proper way. So he will be gone the rest of the year and probably no longer a Detroit Tiger.
They said the break was diagonally rather than straight across, and so it's a tougher heel. Strike 1 to Wells. We talked in the open about the pivotal point in both teams' seasons, with the Tigers winning the first couple games in Detroit and going into the All-Star break. They had a chance to sweep the Twins. Carl Pavano pitched one of several key games for the Twins in the first half of the year. And boy, from that point forward, the Twins have been very good, and the Tigers have not been good at all. Driven to center, Span retreating, turning around this way and that, and it's over his head. It'll be another extra base hit for Wells, and he's in with his second double of the game. Bernard nearly screwed himself into the ground out there.
You know, you don't like to see guys like Ordonez, who are great for the game of baseball because he's a great hitter, but it does open up the door for other young men to try to succeed at the major league level. Casper Wells, you can see Span definitely got turned around right there. The ball hit behind him. You got to look over your other shoulder. You see once he does that, he goes, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. Almost falls. Cannot get the ball, so Wells back-to-back doubles.
And now Avila, who ended up walking his first time up, comes up with a man at second and one away. Breaking ball over for a strike. Avila, originally in his first at bat, was asked to bunt, but he took a couple of breaking pitches for ball 1 and ball 2. Ended up swinging away, filling the count, and then on a 3-2 pitch, drew a walk. The only walk issued by Dunsing so far. And it hit him in the hand, and Avila will go to first. Dunsing having a tough time retiring the number 9 hitter.
He tried to go in with a fastball right there. Dunsing hitting his 3rd batter of the year. Dunsing, a guy that tried to work both sides of the plate, but the ball just running in on Avila.
Got him in the elbow. Here's Austin Jackson with 2 on and 1 out. Fouled away. Last night in the White Sox win over Cleveland, Gordon Beckham got hit in the hand. They took him to a Cleveland hospital for x-rays, and some technician, some intern, somebody came out and said to Beckham, "I'm sorry, it's broken." "Ah, just kidding." And Beckham,
April Fools.
Beckham thought that was Bush League. I don't blame him. Here's a chopper right side, and Kadire will go to the bag. Retired Jackson. Both runners move up, 2 away with 2 on. And Will Rhymes coming to the plate. But first, tonight's Farmers Insurance true story.
This is true?
This is true. On this date in 1987, right before the end of August, the Twins traded for Don Baylor. He hit 1 home run for the Twins. It came in Game 6 of the World Series, a 2-run home run that tied it. Kent Herbeck, a few moments later, hit a grand slam, and the Twins forced Game 7, and I think we all know what happened there. But again, not just in 87, but in this year, too, teams have to acquire a player before midnight tonight, or they are ineligible for postseason rosters. Second and third, and Rhymes chops it to short. Dunsing wisely lets it go to the shortstop, and that'll end the inning. And the Tigers strand a couple in scoring position. Bottom of the 4th coming up. It's 3-0 Detroit. Your local Lincoln Mercury dealer or go to experiencelm.com. And by AT&T. Find out what's possible with the nation's fastest mobile broadband network. AT&T. Rethink possible. 3-0 Detroit. 3 unearned runs in the first couple innings. Jason Kubel leading off the fourth for the Twins. Then Michael Kadire and Delman Young facing Armando Galarraga. Kubel, his first time up, hit a little number in front of the plate. Avila threw him out. The Twins left span at second base. High and tight. 2-0. Twins with a hit in each of the first 3 innings. They've left 2 men in scoring position. Haven't broken through yet against Galarraga. Down to right side. Rhymes gobbles it up. 1 away.
Well, it's our great pleasure to introduce Pat Brownhousing from Easton, Minnesota. You're in the Army.
Yes, sir.
You were stationed over in Iraq.
Yep.
And you're just back for a couple of weeks?
Yeah, I went over to Iraq over in March. I got deployed for supposed to be 12 months. Hold on, 2 weeks of leave right now, and I go back for about 6 months. So.
And you were in one of our Circle Me Bird sections today, and you're a lucky winner to come up to the booth and enjoy watch Twins baseball for an inning.
Yeah, it's quite a seat up here. I mean, you got quite a view up here, so.
Kadire with a little pop-up down the right field line again. He's a quick second out, 2 down.
Well, I want to congratulate you for your time and your service and everything that you do for our country. And I know you're home for a couple weeks, and then you go back to Iraq, and then you come back again, and you're stationed in Colorado.
Correct.
And then from there, you may get a chance to go to Afghanistan.
Yeah, about 13 months after I get back, right when we get back, we start training for Afghanistan, so I'll pick off them. So.
Now, did you actually measure the mileage from Iraq here to the Twin Cities?
Actually, my sister Ashley, she's sitting out there right now. She actually Google Earthed it or something. I don't know. She MapQuested it, and she had a sign all made up for me. It's kind of surprised when we got here. So.
And I met your dad here, too. He's also an Army brat.
Yep. Yeah, he's a Camp Scout just like me. So.
Very good. Well, congratulations, and enjoy the inning.
All right, well, thank you.
Delman Young, the hitter, he hit a ground ball to Cabrera his first time up. Galarraga has given up just 3 hits, 2 of them with 2 outs in the inning. Young hoping to start a rally here with 2 outs in the 4th. Back to the mound, and Galarraga will have his first 1-2-3 inning. Today's game is brought to you by Budweiser, official beer of the Thirst Inning. Check out the crowd through the Thirst Inning fan cam, see who's enjoying the game. Budweiser, it's what we do. There's Johnny Moore from the Fantasy Cam. We're at Target Field. Good to be home. We'll be home for 9 games. Roy Smalley, Burke Lylev, and Dick Bramer here for the opener. Tigers taking advantage of a couple of early Twins errors to score 3 runs. And now Ryan Rayburn waiting for that first pitch from Brian Dunsing, and he hooked it foul. Rayburn, Cabrera, and Peralta here in the Detroit fifth. And that floats over a little bit high, 1-1. Left, and Repko comes in to make the catch. Nice play by Repko, one away. AT&T trivia. Hey, we're on what, 8 times here during this homestand? We got to go 8 for 8.
Let's hope so.
All right, we're going to play trivia 8 questions at a time instead of playing them 1 game at a time. Who was the last Detroit player to lead the American League in runs batted in?
Cabrera leading right now with 107 RBIs on the year.
Inside, ball 1.
Could it be Fielder when he knocked in all those runs? With
home runs, certainly. Yeah. Maybe a runs batted in as well. Nice foul.
Well, he's put together a great year, and that's Miguel Cabrera, second in the American League behind Hamilton in hitting. You see 33 home runs. I don't know if you're going to be able to catch Batista of the Toronto Blue Jays. He's got 42 home runs, and then all the runs he's driven in.
And he and Batista are very good friends. And Batista is pretty much, he hasn't wrapped it up, but he's not slowing down either. He continues to hit home runs. Another line shot right in the same section. He just hit one. Wow, watch out over there.
Well, you know what? We always talk about Joe Mauer. He's got 3 batting titles. How does he get them? Well, he just doesn't hit one certain way. And this guy's the same thing. We saw him hit a home run over that right field, right center area earlier this year. He's got tremendous power.
And outside. 3-2.
And you can see by hits by direction by Miguel Cabrera, he just utilizes the whole field. 58 to left, 61 to center, and 40 the other way. And a lot of power, no matter where he hits the ball. He's one of those guys like Vladimir Guerrero. Seems like when he makes contact, the ball finds the barrel of the bat.
Yeah, it's not just the hits in different directions, it's the extra base hits, including home runs. A.J. Pierzynski's just hit a 3-run home run in the 9th, so the White Sox in position to win a ball game again. Valencia sets. Cabrera right now 0 for 3, 2 down.
Hi, Roy Smalley. When you see a guy like Cabrera, I mean, this guy's a good player.
You know, Bert, he's one of the few guys that I would pay to get in the ballpark just to watch him hit. He is such a professional hitter, and you guys hit it right on the nose. He can hit the ball out of the ballpark anywhere in the ballpark, and he was lining those foul balls right over my head. Now, that doesn't mean he can't pull Brian Dunsing, but what that told me is that he was protecting against something soft. He really was thinking that there would be that slow breaking ball and a slider in, and he was waiting a long time. That's why the fastballs were shooting at me over here, and the fans back over behind my head. But that's the kind of hitter he is. He can figure out a pitcher. He can figure out what he wants to do, and he's not afraid to wait a long time and fight the ball off like he was doing just there.
2-0 now to Johnny Peralta.
And he's done it. He did it with the Florida Marlins. You know, he came into this year a .311 career hitter, so this isn't anything unusual for Cabrera. He's just a great player.
And now 3-0 with Ange on deck. Dunsing had a 1-2-3 third. He'd like to get a 1-2-3 fifth. Peralta drove in the first Tiger run with a single in the first inning. And there's a strike on the outside corner. Left center field, Span charging. And he plays it on a hop, backing it up is Repko. And Peralta's aboard with a 2-out single.
Yeah, Peralta getting his second hit of the ball game.
You may want to think about next year and getting into the Twins on-deck circle so you can get tickets to this beautiful ballpark and this very good baseball team. You can get priority for season tickets next year. For a minimal deposit, you can put yourself in line for all the different season ticket plans available. Call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com and get more details on the Twins on deck circle. Here's Inge. The drive to center. Span retreating on this ball. And makes the catch. 4 men back. None score. We go to the bottom of the 5th with the Tigers up 3-0.
What a beautiful evening in Minneapolis. Sunny and pleasant. First pitch temperature 78.
Muggy and warm tonight yet, but we've avoided rain. Twins find themselves behind 3-0. Danny Valencia will lead off the 5th for the Twins. Valencia now to short center. Jackson's got a long run, and he's not going to get there. So Valencia has his second hit, and for the first time since the first inning, the Twins get their leadoff man on.
The Twins pick up their 4th hit of the ball game. Valencia picks up his 2nd straight. If the Twins can get back into this ball game by scoring some earned runs. Little cutter right there, right off the end of the bat, but Valencia will take it for another base hit.
You know what? If we did a spread chart of Valencia's hits, we might see a similar spread to what we just showed you for Cabrera, because Valencia is using the whole field too. He doesn't obviously have the power of Cabrera. Here's Repko asking for time at home plate. But to me, that's one of the impressive things about Valencia, is he isn't a pole hitter. He uses the whole field, which is why he's hit over 300 almost since the day he got called up. Here's Repko. A fly ball to center his first time up, and he takes strike 1.
Galarraga, of course, looking for that ground ball, and that's what's been working for him. Some ground ball outs. Slider is his strikeout pitch. There's a slider right there.
Galarraga fires to second. And Repko with his speed beats the relay. And Valencia forced at second. You can submit a question online at carsoup.com/baseball. Bob Wolf from Mandan, North Dakota. Where do the Twins rank as a team in extra base hits?
Only the Boston Red Sox have more doubles than the Minnesota Twins. And they lead the American League in triples.
6th on
Twins
the
are
list.
6th, yep.
Here is J.J. Hardy. Like to get an extra base hit here and get Repko in from first base. Strike 1. Twins have hit one more home run than they have given up. 117 to 116. They've out-doubled their opponents by 19. They've out-tripled them by 4 coming into play today. Hardy takes a ball. 1-1.
Well, here we have another set of winners celebrating their 62nd wedding anniversary. Gaylord and Irene Tapp from Brownsdale, Minnesota. And congratulations to you two lovebirds. Welcome to the booth. They're in the winning section here tonight.
A pop-up right field. And Wells makes the catch. Hardy retired, back to Span at the top of the order. Galarraga's done a nice job. How he's done it, I don't know, but he hasn't allowed the Twins to mount anything. He's given up 1 base runner in 4 of the innings and a 1-2-3-4.
Well, like Roy was talking about earlier, you know, he's a guy that's not going to blow you away. He's not going to throw the ball by. He's got to work the corners. He's got to change speeds. Done a pretty good job of getting strike 1. Working ahead in the count. 66 pitches, 45 for strikes.
Down and away, ball 1 to Span.
Boy, Smalley, I mean, when you face a guy like Galarraga, yeah, you want to hit his mistake, but he's making some pretty good pitches.
He is, Bert, but you know, a nibbler, you have to understand, is not going to give in to you, and I think you have to choose one side of the plate or the other with this guy and not go up there looking to protect the whole plate.
Span pops it up. Deep short. Peralta calling for it, giving away to Jackson. And on 8 pitches, Galarraga gets through the 5th. He's pitched a shutout so far against the Twins. That was unearned. And coming up 1 week from tonight, a special show and a nice initiative by Fox Sports North. A high school coverage or a high school show, Fox Sports Prep Zone, a half-hour weekly show Tuesday nights at 6 o'clock. Obviously not starting tonight, but next week, Michael Rand will be a contributor on the half-hour weekly show on Fox Sports North. And we'll talk with Michael here shortly. Brian Dunsing delivering the first pitch of the 6th inning. Johnny Damon, Casper Wells, and Alex Avila will hit. Bottom third of the lineup for Brian Dunsing. And now ball 2. Damon is 0 for 2, a fly ball to center. And Damon struck out leading off the 4th inning. And fouled back.
You know, Dunsing's done a good job. Yes, he gave up 2 unearned runs in the first, 1 unearned run in the second, but you know what your job is, to put some zeros on the board. Brian's been able to do that, and hopefully here in the last 4 innings, the Twins offensively be able to get some runs.
2-1 to Damon. And a strike that covers the inside corner. Number back to Dunsing. He waits for the second hop, throws Damon out, one away. We're happy to have Michael Rand with us, who's going to be working with the prep zone coverage, and 4 games that are going to be streaming. But the show itself is going to be kind of a preview, I guess, of the upcoming games that are going to be featured.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we'll talk every week about the games that just happened. We'll advance the games coming up. I think people are really excited about it. Absolutely.
What a great idea, though, Mike. I mean, having the opportunity to, again, watch yourself maybe after the game, too. I mean, these kids get a chance to watch the game, too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think all parties are excited. I know the Fox guys are really excited about the live streaming, in particular on FoxSportsNorth.com. We're excited at the start to be a part of the partnership. Working with guys like Anthony LaPanta, Tom Linneman, guys that I know personally and professionally that do really good work on the prep side of things.
Well, not too many people say they'd like to enjoy working with Anthony LaPanta, and you might be the first. But
it's first for everything, right?
The lineup of games on Thursday: Anoka versus Blaine, Totino Grace against Minnetonka, Lakeville North against Eastview, and Irondale against Spring Lake Park. And I know a lot of thought, Michael, goes into the selection of these games to try to feature the best teams and the best matchups.
Absolutely, and I think Totino Grace, Minnetonka right off the bat is probably going to be the cream of the crop. Those are all four of them really good games, but you're talking about two of probably the preeminent programs in the metro area, and two really fantastic teams battling non-conference right off the bat. So I'm excited about that one in particular.
Well, I mentioned before, I mean, a lot of these kids may have grandparents in Florida or wherever. I mean, WWW is worldwide, so you get an opportunity to play in front of maybe grandparents, family, and friends, anywhere.
I think that'll be the greatest asset of people who can't be here to watch, at the games themselves. Absolutely, you get people from all over the country, or you get the person who just can't make it out to the game that night for whatever reason, or wants to hop around and watch 4 different games. So at the start of June is really excited about the partnership with Fox Sports.
Now the first 4 games start Thursday.
Correct.
Okay, and then after that it'll be every Friday.
I believe it'll primarily be Fridays, right? I mean, every once in a while during the season they have a different night. I think there's a Wednesday thrown in there every now and then, just because how the schedule breaks down. But by and large, yes.
Fly to deep left. Repko going back, leaps and makes a great catch against the wall. Jason Repko tracking it, and he timed his leap perfectly.
Well, Jason Repko, we have seen him play all 3 outfield positions. Tonight, he's just taking the place of Delman Young, giving Delman a night off, and watch him leap right there. Great catch. Gives up his body right here. He knows he's near the wall, jumps up, makes a fantastic catch, and then all in one motion, realizing this is the second out right here, and he gets that ball back in quickly.
2 down, and here's Austin Jackson with the Speedy Wells at first. And Jackson takes one low for ball 1. Indians trying to come back against the White Sox. Couple of runs in the bottom of the 9th. It's 4-3. Bobby Jenks has come in now. Edwin Jackson tried for the complete game. Jackson lifts it foul over the Twins dugout. Again, the matchup on Thursday night: Anoka against Blaine, Totino Grace against Minnetonka, Lakeville North against Eastview, Irondale against Spring Lake Park. And the Prep Zone show, debuting next Tuesday at 6 o'clock.
Now, Totino Grace, isn't that where Anthony LaPanta's coaching?
We don't get into that too often.
Okay.
Oh, Minnetonka's got to be heavily favored, don't
they? You never know. Totino is as a class lower in terms of enrollment, right. So we don't like to say.
There's no reflection on the players, but I mean, if LaPanta's a coach,
just Anthony LaPanta, yeah.
He's scouting right now. 1-1 to Austin Jackson. And now outside 2-1. Well, Michael, a week ago we were down in Texas, and of course high school football down there is bigger than it is anywhere in the world. But I think over the last 10, 15 years, we've seen almost an explosion of interest in high school football in the metro area.
I think you're right. I think you've gotten some programs established. I think that helps when you get a program like Eden Prairie, Cretin-Durham Hall, Joe Mauer's alma mater from 2001. He was a fantastic high school football player. You get that kind of national recognition in programs that can compete nationwide, and you get a lot of people excited about it. And you're right. It's not quite like Texas. We got to work up to that still, but yeah, it's a fantastic product.
Will there always be 4 games that will be highlighted, say, come next Friday?
I believe that's the plan. Yeah,
okay.
to have those 4 games, highlighted, be able to pick and choose from those 4, and kind of mix and match whatever you want to watch.
Well, good luck.
Thank you for stopping by, and good luck with the venture. Sounds like a great idea.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Take care.
Freeze cam. Yeah, we go back to the first inning. Miguel Cabrera hitting this ball up the middle, and a nice play by Orlando Hudson, flipping it to J.J. Hardy. And the force out right there gets Will Rhymes for the second out of the first inning.
Ross Brew Coors Light freeze cam. Twins started the night with a 4-game lead in the division. If they want to maintain that 4-game lead, they need to come back and win this game, because the White Sox just beat the Indians 4-3. Hudson, Mauer, and Kubel against Galarraga. Strike 1 and now strike 2 taken by Hudson. Hudson singled to right his last time up. Galarraga has scattered 4 hits. 1 and 2. He's only walked. He hasn't walked anybody.
He hasn't walked anybody. That's my point. But I was going to make no walks, 1 strikeout. So he's made the Twins put the ball in play. It's just he's made some very good pitches. And the pitch count very good at 71 pitches, 48 have been strikes.
1 and 2 to Hudson, and a swing and a miss. It was reared back and got an 89-mile-per-hour fastball by him. Second time that Hudson has struck out. The greatest names in Twins history are getting together this Sunday for the Twins Legends game. The 3-inning slow-pitch softball game will feature legends of Twins baseball. And it comes up Sunday at 12:30. We're going to televise it. And you're going to be participating.
Now, wait. Slow-pitch softball? I thought we were playing hardball.
No. Bunch of old goats like you.
Come on. Yes. I wanted to hit somebody.
You still can.
Underhand softball?
Mauer drives it to left center field toward the gap. And it reaches the gap and bounces into the seats. So 1-out double for Mauer, his first hit of the game.
Well, second extra base hit for the Twins. Danny Valencia hit a double in the second inning. Joe Mauer with his 41st double of the year comes with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Good piece of hitting right here. Mauer taking that ball the other way that he does so well. It's splitting the outfielders in the gap between Jackson and Rayburn. The ball hitting the warning track and bouncing out.
Kubel with a couple of ground ball outs so far tonight. Twins need to back up Mauer's double with another hit. Up and in, ball one. Kubel tied with Justin Morneau for the team lead in home runs with 18. Jim Thome also has 18. Thome not starting tonight. Kubel fouls it off a leg, and it's 1-1. Morneau did not come to the ballpark today. In fact, the Twins don't expect him to show up here until Friday, getting a few days off. Doctor's orders.
You see the 75 pitches by Galarraga.
One and one to Kubel. That floats outside, 2-1.
Yeah, I looked at the lifetime record of Galarraga. He came into the game again 1-6, a 6.14 ERA against the Twins. He had worked 48 1/3 innings in those 8 starts, 10 appearances, 31 walks. In 48 1/3 innings, and here tonight, no walk. So, you know, that might be the difference right there between a good Galarraga against the Twins or one that the Twins have been able to hit pretty sharply.
But now Kubel's taken 4 pitches here. Actually, he fouled the one off his foot, so he's got a 3-1 count with Cuddyer on deck.
Well, he has that 3-run lead right here. You don't want to walk anybody. Look for the sinker down and away. Avila, I'm sure, will be sitting a little bit off the plate on the outer half.
Kubel lifts it foul, 3-2.
As a pitcher in this part of the ballgame, 6th inning, you know, you haven't walked anybody. Hey, challenge them right here. You don't want to start walking guys. And again, Galarraga has not walked anybody. He has a couple strikeouts, both those being Orlando Hudson.
Fact of the matter is, there have only been 4 players to hit opposite field home runs in this ballpark. You keep the ball away from a hitter, it's going to be very tough to give up a damaging hit. Fouled back. Kubel got one up and tried to jump all over it. Michael Cuddyer and Miguel Cabrera are the only right-handed batters to hit opposite field home runs. And Jim Thome and now Joe Mauer are the only ones who've hit one the opposite way from the left side of the plate.
Yeah, Alex Avila, the catcher for the Tigers, going out to talk to Galarraga. Yeah, it's been a pitcher's ballpark so far. Yeah, that's good. Roy Smalley, you know, could you have hit one out of here?
If I'd have been standing on second, maybe I'd have been trying to dead pull it. But you know, watching Galarraga, I started to say last inning when he was pitching, you really have to pick one side or the other against this guy. And we'll watch Cougs, not with 2 strikes, you got to protect. But that's the way you got to hit the ball.
Hit a long way. Jackson going back, and he hauls it in on the warning track. Mauer will advance to third. Kubel gave it a ride 400 feet, but to the deepest part of the park.
Well, Roy, that's why you pitch away in this ballpark right there. You don't want to make a mistake in that Kubel can pull and hit it, you know, over the right field wall. Pitch him away, and that's exactly what he tried to do right there. Outer half of the plate. Hey, Kubel hit it a long way, but look at that 4-11 right behind Jackson.
Yeah, but you know what, Bert? You're absolutely right. But you know what? That's the way that I think the Twins hitters have to approach this guy. He is not going to give in and throw the ball to you inside. If he throws it inside, he's just showing it to you so he can come back and sink it away or slide her away, you know, to a right-hand hitter. And that's his bread and butter. You mentioned it earlier, throw that slider. We've seen a lot of Twins hitters hit over the top of the ball and with little ground balls because they're trying to pull it, and I don't think he's going to give in and give you something to pull. Joe Mauer did it right by hitting it the other way. See that swing right there? That's his bread and butter. He wants you to try to pull the ball so he can get you pulling off a slider. And to left-handers, you want to see right there. Now that's a fellow right there that wants to pull a fastball, and that slider you get out in front of. And I think you've got to give him the inside part of the plate and hit the ball the other way.
Cuddyer takes low, 2-1.
Yeah, it's one of those situations. If you're going to come in on Kadire right here, you better miss inside. You want him if he's going to beat you the other way. And that's what Roy's talking about right there. I like watching catchers move. So watch Aviles right here. They go through the signs. Now he's going inside. You better get that ball in there.
Kadire drives it up the middle, and the Twins are on the board. So they came inside, and sounded like Kadire hit it off the trademark, but he got enough on it to get it into center field.
Yeah, the Twins are on the board. Now it's a 3-1 ball game. Kadire picking up an RBI single, his 67th RBI of the year. And going inside, but it's just up. I think they wanted that ball down. Again, a sinker ball pitcher, you leave that ball about belt high, it doesn't have that sink. And Kadire took advantage of it. Good, quick bat right there by Kadire, driving in the run.
Delman Young with just 2 hits in 21 at-bats against Armando Galarraga. And he's not hit the ball squarely tonight. 2 hopper to first and a little comebacker to the mound. And another number, this one to the on-deck circle, strike 1. Delman is so strong, and in July he enjoyed a career month, but in August, who's been pitched differently or not, he has not had a good month at all. He'll be very happy to turn the calendar page at midnight tonight. Bad hop over the glove of Inge, and the Twins catch a break. Inge had that ball covered, but at the last hop it skipped over his glove.
Yeah, you turn the calendar page, but you'd like to at least get a couple hits to have that calendar page go in a positive manner. And that ball right there, Inge playing it off to his left, Delman hitting it sharply, and the ball jumping up, right? You can see, like, you can watch the reaction by Inge go, whoa! The ball came up a lot further than I thought it was going to. Rick Knapp, the pitching coach, out to talk to Galarraga.
First time the Twins have had more than 1 hit in an inning, and they put together 3 here to get on the board and get Valencia to the plate with the tying run at first.
Yeah, they give Delman Young a base hit right there.
Well, our research staff in the truck is right on top of it as usual. Is wondering about Valencia's spray chart for his hits. We showed you Cabrera's, and here's the rookie Valencia and what he's done in his rookie season.
25 to left, 31 to center, and 10 to right. And Valencia 2 for 2 in this ball game, a double and a single. 15 doubles on the year, 1 triple, couple home runs.
Looking for his 3rd hit of the night. With a screaming line drive off the fence and left his first time up. He takes one on the outside corner, a strike. And Valencia gets time. The average for Valencia up to 327. But of course, he doesn't have nearly enough at bats to qualify for placement in the top 10. Driven to left center. Tagged pretty well. Jackson's not going to get there. And the ball bounces over the fence. A ground rule double. It'll score 1. But Valencia creamed one to the gap in left center field for his 3rd hit.
We talked about Danny Valencia before, his presence at the plate. He looks so comfortable and lets his hands do the work. And that's a break right there for the Tigers because Valencia gave this ball a ride. If this stays in the ballpark,
now with 2 outs,
scores. Yep. And that ball hitting the warning track and bouncing into the bullpen area. So Danny Valencia, his 2nd double, picking up an RBI, his 23rd on his 3rd hit of the ball game.
And if that ball had landed on the grass instead of the hard warning track, it would have stayed in the ballpark. As it is now, the tying run 90 feet away. Repko at the plate, the go-ahead run at 2nd. Repko takes outside, ball 1. Almost as soon as the Chicago game went final, the Twins bats come alive here with 4 hits in the 6th. Down and away, 2-0. Twins needing one more hit to get over the top here. Daniel Schlereth, one of 3 left-handed relievers for the Tigers, warming up. Repko a righty, obviously. Hardy a righty, and then the Twins have the left-handers in the top of the order tonight. (2-0) to Jason Repko. Swing and a miss. And a 2-0 slider. Two and 1 to Repko. Driven to left. Playable for Jackson. And the Twins get 4 hits and a couple of runs in the 6th. It's a 1-run ball game. 3-2 Detroit. McDonald's. Start your day off right with a sausage McMuffin with Egg Extra Value Meal. Featuring golden hash browns and premium roast coffee. Buy Toyota. There are many reasons to buy a Toyota, and now's the perfect time to get yours during Toyota's National Clearance Event. And by the fast, reliable, secure heavy-duty internet from Quest. Couple of untidy first innings for the Twins, but they're trying to fight their way back from an early 3-0 deficit. And Dunsing has persevered through all of it. Danny Valencia with 3 hits tonight, including a couple of doubles. 1 strike to Will Rhymes. And a liner to Kadire and a quick first down. Let's go to Marty Gellner in the Minnesota Lottery winner's circle.
Yeah, straight back from Minnetonka High School in time to catch the game, too, guys. And how about this? A 95th birthday. Whoops, let's hold the sign down. We need to see her. Thora Fletcher from Richfield turned 95 on Sunday and is here with 15 family members at the game tonight. Thora, happy birthday. What is the secret to looking this good at 95?
Well, eat right, exercise, and have good genes.
And we should pass that along to Bert because he hopes to reach 95 so he can tell everyone it's his birthday every year.
Okay.
What do you think of this Twins team?
It's wonderful. And I love Bert Blyleven, and I also love Dick Kramer.
Well, those are the 2 that are listening to you right now. They're happy to hear it. You got a circle from Bert of $100 worth of lottery tickets. Congratulations.
Good.
Dick and Bert, how about that? At a game, 95 years young and looking gorgeous as well.
Again, happy birthday, young lady, and I hope that she wins a lot of money off those lottery tickets.
I would say if she wins some money out of the lottery tickets, the 3 of us go out and have a good time. We'll go out to dinner.
All on her, right?
All on her. 2 strikes to Rayburn. And now outside 1-2.
Rayburn 0 for 3. Cabrera 0 for 3. A couple of Twins errors allowing the Tigers to get 3 unearned runs early in the ballgame. A towering fly to center. Span ranges back, still on the grass. Out number 2.
Well, this is probably Dunsing's last inning. He's at 98 pitches right now, and he's done a great job. You know what? You can't do anything about the unearned runs. All you can do, again, is put some zeros on the board. And he's 1 out away from pitching 7 very good innings. First high-speed pitch. Galarraga clocked as high as 93, and Dunsing at 93.
High-speed pitch brought to you by Quest High-Speed Internet. See, in Seattle, I thought the readings were off. And they shouldn't have been off because we were right next to Quest Field. I mean, the Quest High-Speed Internet in Seattle, if it's accurate anywhere, it ought to be right next to Quest Field.
Well, I think they had Baker at 96.
Yeah.
Well, Baker, I think, in my opinion, he'd get 93, 94. How about 96?
Sharp line drive to right. Cabrera gets a 2-out single to the opposite field.
Cabrera gets his first hit of the ball game.
I'm going to guess Harry Heilman. I'm going to go back a long, long time.
I'll go with Cecil Fielder.
K-line, maybe. It is Cecil Fielder. Very nice.
124 runs driven in 1992. What do you have, 52 home runs that year, I believe?
I remember it was a big deal when he hit 50. He was the first guy since George Foster, 20 years earlier, who got to the 50 mark, and then you blinked and somehow guys were able to hit over 70.
Boy, he was strong. I tell you what, Cecil Fielder was strong.
He hit the hardest.
His son, no,
right.
Twins.
Cecil Fielder hit the hardest ball I've ever seen hit against Rick Aguilera in the 9th inning at Tiger Stadium. He hit one out to center field. It was 440 feet to center field.
Right.
I don't think he got more than 20 feet in the air.
See, that's why, you know what, you give up home runs. Here, you're talking about it, how many years later?
20, whatever.
You remember that.
You were doing all that years ago as a public service, weren't you, giving up home runs?
A lot of fans.
Yes.
430 of them I gave.
Knocked out a few teeth, maybe, but...
well, those were the hitters.
1-1 to Peralta. A little flare to right center field. That's down for a hit. Cabrera will round second and dig for third. So now the Tigers, who got their 3 runs with 2-out hitting, get a couple of 2-out hits here in 7.
Yeah, Johnny Peralta picking up his 3rd hit of the ball game. Ron Gardenhire, the manager, coming out. 103 pitches for Dunsing. Matt Guerrero is getting loose in the Twins bullpen. Looks like he'll be coming in.
Ends with an RBI single in the first. He lined out to Span in the 5th, and Matt Guerrero will come in to relieve Dunsing, who did a really nice job tonight.
Yes, he did.
Twins booth and record a sports update. You can log on to foxsportsnorth.com and click on the State Fair tab for more details. So relieved that they have a Be a Sports Anchor booth instead of a Be a Play-by-Play guy booth, because sooner or later they're going to find somebody who's going to walk in, do an audition.
See you later, Dick.
I'll be watching Twins television instead of doing it. Dunsing out of the game. He had to fight through some difficulty not of his own making and took the game into the 7th inning.
Yeah, Matt Guerrero coming in, making his 61st relief appearance, 59 innings pitched, only 47 hits allowed, 18 walks, 1 intentional with 32 strikeouts.
Here's Inge. First and third, 2 away. Twins just got to within 1. They don't want to give anything back to the Tigers. First pitch, just off the outside corner. 0-1. Where was it?
A little slider right here.
Outside, that's where it was. And now high, 2-0. You know what's great about being back in divisional play? It's fun when you play the Mariners and the Tigers, or the Rangers, but now you've got matchups, Guerrero and Inge. There's a little history here. In fact, Inge has faced Guerrero 21 times and gotten 1 hit. So the odds are favoring the Twins here. Swing and a miss, 2-1.
Yeah, good breaking ball right there in a fastball situation. Inge, not the prettiest swing right there. A little cutter.
Guerrero struck out Inge 5 of the last 8 times. 2-1 for Brandon Inge. Now 3-1. Johnny Damon on deck. And this is the guy Guerrero wants to get. In fact, he might be the only man Guerrero's asked to get.
Yeah, Randy Flores warming up in the Twins bullpen.
3-1 to Inge. Tigers trying to put together something with 2 gone in the inning. White Sox beat the Indians 4-3. Chance for the White Sox to move to 3 games back in the American League Central. 3-1 to Inge. 3-2.
Yeah, pulled the string right there. Just threw something off speed. Inge way out front.
And pitch he threw him on 2-0, wasn't it? Inge way out in front. Runner at first will take off early. Peralta. Kadire playing behind him. Full count to the Tiger third baseman. Popped up, foul, and out of play. Cabrera at third. He started this rally with a 2-out single to right. Another 3-2. To center. Span chasing it. And Guerrero gets Inge again. Tigers strand a couple. They lead by a run. Stay tuned for the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Medica.
Nicely done.
And the Tigers got 6 innings out of Armando Galarraga. He's in position to win the ball game if the Tiger bullpen can hold what is right now a 1-run lead.
Well, Phil Koch, the first one out of the bullpen, making his 63rd relief appearance. Good job out of that bullpen. 7 wins, 3 losses. Very good 2.50 earned run average. 50 hits allowed in 54 innings. He's allowed only 1 home run this year. 20 walks, 3 intentional with 45 strikeouts. Koch coming over from the Yankee organization.
Now the first man he'll face is right-hand hitting J.J. Hardy. And then the left-handers start. Span, switch hitter Hudson, Mauer, and Kubel. Rather than let Galarraga start the inning with a right-handed batter, Jim Leyland, knowing the numbers, goes ahead and brings the left-hander Koch in to face Hardy, who for whatever reason has really had a tough time hitting left-handed pitching this year. He's hitting just 200 against left-handers. Oh for 2 tonight. Managers always like relievers to start innings when given the opportunity, but rather than play the so-called percentages, Leland really is playing the percentages here by bringing the left-hander in to face the right-handed batter.
Oh, Koch, a good fastball. He's got some movement on that fastball. Slider and a changeup.
And Hardy takes low, 1-1. Twins got 2 against Galarraga in the 6th, not trying to get the tying run here in the 7th against the Tiger bullpen. Outside, 2-1. Hardy's only drawn 19 walks on the season. One of the reasons Koch's been good, he's been fairly stingy with the walks. He misses here. He has walked 20 in the 54 innings, and the last thing he wants to do is put Hardy on here to start the 7th.
Put him on. At least he'll know where he's at. You know, you strike out a guy, it goes into the dugout, he might go in the clubhouse, you have no idea where he's at. You walk him, at least you know he's at first base.
Deep to the right field corner. Twisting foul and out of play. And then you're setting up the double play, too, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, good point.
So now a full count. Span on deck. (3-2) to J.J. Hardy. And he missed low, and Hardy is aboard.
All right, he's right at first. Phil Koch knows exactly where he's at.
So Hardy's aboard, and Span will wait for Casilla to come in as the pinch runner.
Well, in the first inning, a couple unearned runs. Johnny Peralta with an RBI single, and then Brandon Inge, the next hitter, a ball up the middle. That's scored for 2 unearned runs in the first, and the Twins down 3-0. Michael Kadire driving in a run in the bottom of the 6th inning, and then Danny Valencia, a ground rule double that made Delman Young, who was at first, stay at third, and then Galarraga able to get that fly ball out off the bat of Jason Repko. It's a 3-2 game.
To see it first, Span might be asked about. He's 0 for 3 against Koch. Bunted foul, either for base hits or in sacrifice situations. Span has not had a good year bunting. He's dropped down 7 sacrifice bunts, and that's what he'll be asked to do here.
Well, Brendan Inge at third, he's playing in on the grass, so what Span would probably like to do with Koch being a left-handed pitcher, do exactly what Rhines did in the first inning. Kind of take that ball with him. Cabrera, right-handed throwing first baseman, so it's going to be hard for him to field a bunt and then throw to second base.
Outside, 1-1.
You see after that right there, that breaking ball, Avila does a good job of catching him, but Inge was probably 40 feet from home plate.
Span asked for time, didn't get it.
And you don't ask Joe West for time.
I think you said that in Seattle over the weekend. You're right. He wants to keep the game moving along. The other one doesn't want to stop it.
Nope.
1-1 to Span. Key spot for the Twins as they try to execute here in the 7th to get the game tied. Span hard back to the mound, and Hope throws to first. Cabrera flattened on the ground. Span gets the job done, bunting it in the air, but softly back to the mound.
Yeah, good sacrifice right there. You're asked to move the runner up, and Span able to do it. Casilla getting into scoring position, running for J.J. Hardy. And Koch looks at second, but has only one play. And Cabrera right there, he gets down, so the throw over to Rhymes. He's not in the way.
So Hudson will hit 1 for 3 as a left-handed batter, and then presumably Mauer, and here comes Rick Knapp, the pitching coach. Unlike Guerrero, of course, Koch, new to the American League Central, is just a handful of at-bats in history against these Twins hitters. Hudson 2 for 4 against them. Mauer 3 for 8, a couple of home runs last year when Koch was pitching for the Yankees.
Ryan Perry, you can see him saying we pretty much loosened up in that bullpen.
Twins dug themselves an early hole trying to crawl out of it here in the 7th. Flores warming up. And Damon scheduled to lead off the 8th for Detroit. Double hit, 1 strike.
I always thought that should be 2 strikes. Guy hits it twice, it should be 2 strikes. 0-2. Yeah. Well, Hudson, a switch hitter, hitting .275 as a right-handed hitter.
Hudson trying to get a hit to the outfield to get the speedy Casilla in with the tying run. Casilla staggers as he gets back to the second base bag. One strike to Hudson. Lifted foul into the seats, 2 strikes. Hudson not a high strikeout guy, but Galarraga got him twice. In fact, Hudson was the only guy he struck out. He's up there with 2 strikes against Phil Koch. Swing, and he struck out for the 3rd time tonight.
Yeah, good breaking ball right there, down and in, and Hudson unable to kind of a check swing, strike 3.
Well, now Mauer in a key spot with 2 gone and the tying run at second.
Good breaking ball underneath that swing of Hudson. It looked like he wanted to hold up, but a Brandon Inge swing right there.
Last year, when Koch was pitching for the Yankees and the Twins were in Yankee Stadium, Mauer hit 2 home runs in the series, both of them against Phil Koch. Here, I think the Twins will be quite content with a single to left. Inside, ball 1.
Yeah, again, I think in this situation, if you're Koch, if you're going to pitch him in, you better go way in. Again, so much room out in left center, that area. Again, why make a mistake in on Joe that he can drive it over the right field fence?
Mauer handles pitches away so well.
Now we'll be sitting away, slider for a strike.
See, I'd almost be tempted to think the opposite with Mauer at the plate, just because you can make the best pitch in the world. You can come back with this pitch and Mauer can get a base hit to left field. I know you don't want to give up a 2-run home run, but Joe's power is more often than not to the opposite field anyway.
I'd like to see a base hit to left field.
1-1 here. Reds have left some runners in scoring position tonight. Mauer swings through it. He got something he wanted to drive, and he fouled it.
Oh, good fastball just above the belt. Mauer falling it straight back.
Mauer doubled and scored his last time up, hitting his double to left center field. He's trying to get Casilla in from second. One and two to Mauer. Inside with a fastball, 2-2.
Just trying to set up that slider away.
Twins doing well in this category, runners in scoring position. Just 2 for 9 tonight. They've left 6 men on base, 4 of them in scoring position. And if Mauer should extend the inning, Kubel would have a chance. He's trying to take advantage of the leadoff walk to Hardy. 2-2 to Mauer. And that hit him on the right wrist. And Kubel will have his chance here with runners at first and second. First things first, Mauer appears to be okay.
Well, he kept working Joe Mauer inside. I thought he was setting him up for the slider, but then again, he goes back inside and getting Joe on that right elbow. The place that it got a Vilas, where he got hit in the 4th inning off of Brian Dunson.
Well, here's Kubel looking for his first hit. Hit one 400 feet his last time up, but to center field. It was caught by Jackson. Blocked nicely by Avila. When you look back at that sequence in the 6th inning, Mauer cracked a double, hit it hard. Kubel hit his ball hard, and then the next 3 batters got hits. The only out in that sequence off the bat of Kubel, and he hit it a long way from home plate. 1-0. And Kubel's hit by a pitch. And he got hit right in the back of the hand. And they're loaded up.
Dave Prumer, the trainer, coming out to look at Jason Kubel. Boy, it sounded almost like he hit his bat. That
sounded bad.
Yeah.
Right on the back of the left hand. And you're right. At first I thought it just on the sound that it hit the bat.
See Kubel right there.
On the wrist.
Listen.
Kubel's going to stay in the game. And that's a welcome sight for Twins fans. And now Jim Leland's going to come to the mound. Canire's a right-handed batter. And I don't think it would matter knowing Jim Leland. If he's going to hit back-to-back guys, he's going to make a pitching change. And Ryan Perry's going to come into a bases-loaded situation with 2 outs. So the Twins have this threat without a hit. A walk, 2 hit batters, and they're loaded up for Perry. was his strikeout of Hudson, but he walked Hardy to start the inning, hit Bauer and Kubel. Now a big mess here for Ryan Perry.
Well, Ryan Perry coming in for the 45th time. Back on May 4th here at Target Field. In the bottom of the ninth inning, J.J. Hardy with one out hit the triple. Remember where he ended up hurting his wrist? And then later, the next at-bat, with Wilson Ramos up, Perry threw a wild pitch, and Hardy scored the winning run. Twins won 4-3.
This is loaded 2 away and ball 1.
Perry, a hard-throwing right-hander. He can get that baby up, that fastball up in the upper 90s. Hard slider and a changeup in his second season with the Tigers.
Missing away on pitch 1. Here's the 1-0 to Kadire. Blocked nicely again by Avila. And you have seen here tonight why the Tigers are so high on Alex Avila. He hasn't hit much this year, but he does a great job doing this.
Well, again, as a catcher, you know a slider's coming. You hope that it hits your glove, but you also have to be prepared to block it. And he did a good job of that.
2-0 to Kadire with the tying run, 90 feet away. 3-0. 20 walks on the year. And Perry has no place to put Kadire.
Well, they got the green light on Sunday that you called the home run. You give him the green light right here?
I think he's going to draw ball 4.
Very nice. That's a good call, too.
The game is tied, and the Twins haven't had a hit yet in the 7th.
Now, that's the way to pick up your second RBI of the ballgame, Michael Kadire. A 4-pitch walk by Perry. That scores the pinch runner, Casilla. And the Twins have fought back to tie this game at 3 apiece.
Here's Delman Young with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Young got a bad hop single to left when the Twins scored a pair in the 6th. Ball 1.
And Avila going out to talk to his tall right-hander.
Jim Leyland has seen the Twins come back here in the 7th inning after leaving guys on base and getting 4 hits in the 6th. They tied it up without the benefit of a hit.
Well, the Tigers have really struggled on the road, just 22-41.
There's a strike on the outside corner to even the count. Young probably up there taking a strike. Delman not a patient hitter by any means, but in this situation, you got to make sure he throws one over.
Make him throw a strike.
Now he's done that. And the bat really getting started. 1-1. Squirted to right and through. Mauer's going to score. And Kubel is tagged out easily with Wells coming up with a throw. Delman Young with an RBI single, the only hit of the inning, but the Twins get a couple and lead it for the first time tonight.
It's just 2 nights away, and we are excited about our new venture here at Fox Sports North. It's the Prep Zone, live streaming of 4 high school football games every week. We start Thursday at 7, and we got a couple really intriguing matchups for you. If you go to our website, foxsportsnorth.com, click on the Prep Zone link, you will see all 4 of these games. You can watch any one of the 4 live. Click on that game. You'll hear the audio, see the video. Anoka Blaine, arch rivals in the Northwest Suburban, Irondale Spring Lake Park in a North Suburban matchup. Totino Grace Minnetonka should be a good one at Tonka, and Lakeville North Eastview all Thursday night at 7. FoxSportsNorth.com and click on the Prep Zone link. We'll be with you every Friday night all throughout the high school football season, and it starts Thursday. Dick and Bert.
Yeah, Anthony, thank you very much. And the thing that's nice, I know that Fox Sports North is going to do a package of hockey games similarly this winter, so a great initiative by Fox Sports North. Here at Target Field, the Twins get a couple in the 6th, a couple in the 7th, and now Randy Flores making his Twins Target Field debut.
Yeah, his second appearance for the Twins. He pitched 1/3 of an inning in Seattle. 47 appearances for the Colorado Rockies before coming over to the Minnesota Twins. Claimed off waivers on August 25th from the Colorado Rockies by the Twins.
Johnny Damon stands in, and he takes a fastball low. Casilla in the game at short.
Remember, he pinch ran for J.J. Hardy.
Twins playing with the lead, and apparently they're going to play the rest of this game without their designated hitter. Delman Young has moved into left field. And Jason Repko's moved over to right.
Vancouver getting hit by that pitch, probably getting some ice on it.
Damon, did he jab at it? No. And it's 2-1. Damon 0 for 3 will be followed by Wells and then Alex Avila.
Flores with a fastball, about 90, a good hard slider.
Well, ball to second. Hudson gets in front of it. Has to hurry. Well, they got Damon by a half step. Boy, Johnny Damon's got over 2,500 hits, but he can still run. 1 down. Here's how the bottom of the 7th ended.
Yeah, Delman Young, inside out swing to right field. Casper Wells comes in and makes a good strong throw, and Kubel has no chance. Call time right there. He makes the final out.
Pop Stargell did that once, didn't he? Going into second base, or was that going to first?
No, it was a hit and run, and the hitter swung through it, and he got about 2/3 of the way, and he just put his time, one at a time, but they tagged him out.
Flores getting Damon, and now a little bit of a delay, and now Ron Gardenhire is going to go to a right-handed reliever. And we'll, I think, see this an awful lot, Bert. The Twins bullpen very deep now, and so you can more maybe than Ron Gardenhire has ever been able to do this, mix and match, and he's going to bring Crane in to face Wells and Avila. celebrating 50 seasons of Major League Baseball, presented by Autotrader.com. On Saturday, September 4th, shortstop Greg Gagne will head into the Twins Hall of Fame. The first 5,000 fans will get a commemorative Hall of Fame pin presented by the Twins Hall of Fame sponsor, Fisher Nuts. If you have tickets, get to the park early for the 3:10 start. And to check on ticket availability, please call 800-33-TWINS.
I'm glad that Greg Gagne's joining that Twins Hall of Fame. He was a great player for the Twins.
He was on my ballot almost after the inaugural class, simply because he was a starting shortstop on 2 World Series teams, and a well-deserved honor for Greg Gagne.
Great athlete right there. And here's another good athlete right here, Jesse Crane. You know, since June 3rd, over his last 33 appearances, Jesse's allowed only 1 earned run, covering 30 innings and a third. Only 1 run allowed for Jesse Crane. That ERA down to 2.59 now. Here's Casper Wells. He's already 3 for 3 in the ball game.
Brennan Bosch is off the bench to hit for Wells.
Good. Get Wells out of there. He's 3 for 3, a couple doubles, and an infield base hit.
Bosch had a great first half, and he has cooled off considerably in the second half.
Well, again, very good numbers for his rookie season, leading all rookies in with 14 home runs and the RBIs.
Chopped. And Crane, there's that great athleticism you were talking about.
He's a pitcher. Come on.
Couldn't run it all the way there, though. He decided to flip it to Kadire, 2 down.
Well, he wanted to give Kadire an assist, or the put-out right there. He just wanted an assist.
So Bosch retired, and Avila will hit. So Avila has walked and hit by a pitch, and he hit a warning track fly ball to left field. As we look forward to what is hoped to be a Twins win, let's not underestimate the catch that Repko made in the 6th inning. Wells was aboard with a 1-out single, and Avila nearly became the 3rd left-handed batter to hit one to the opposite field out here. But Repko, who was then in left field, made a nice running catch, leaping catch right in front of the wall.
That'll actually be our instructional tonight. We're going to get Roy Smalley to reenact that.
I believe Roy still has some ups. I believe it. 1-0 to Avila. Here's the catch. Twins are already down 3-0 at the time. Runner at first, 1 out.
Yeah, Casper Wells at first, and Repko made a great catch and then got the ball back in quickly, keeping Casper at first. Casper Wells at first base. And now Repko out in right field as Young is in left.
Drifts outside, 2-1. Avila, as we saw, a little bit of pop in his bat, and all the things we said about the Tiger pitchers trying to keep the ball away from a dangerous hitter to keep him from hitting it to the pull field apply here. 2-1. Green misses inside, and Austin Jackson waiting on deck. White Sox have already won 4-3. The Twins are trying to win here tonight 4-3.
Yeah, Avila with 5 home runs, 3 of them coming against the Twins, and right there, missing with a breaking ball, Jesse Crane ends up walking Avila. A little cutter. Here's ball 4.
Here's Jackson, 0 for 4. He reached on a hearty throwing error to start the ball game, and the Twins, by the time the Twins got on track in the 3rd inning, they were already down 3-0 because of 3 unearned runs. And Crane singes the outside corner with a fastball, 1 strike. 2 strikes. Guerrero got the last out of the 7th. Flores got the first out of the 8th, and now Crane trying to get the last 2 in the 8th. $40,000+ here at Target Field and rapt attention. 2 strikes to Austin Jackson. Got him. Dropped the breaking ball and got a called 3rd strike to finish the 8th.
For the final out tonight, we'll bring you Quest Twins Live featuring the Toyota postgame wrap, where we'll look at this American League Central Division showdown. The Twins could come away with an important win here. We'll also bring you our instructional Playing the Wall. Jason Repko made a fantastic catch in left field. We'll demonstrate that one a little more closely. Plus, we'll hear from the manager, Ron Gardenhire's postgame comments, all coming up after this game tonight. Dick and Bert.
Well, you can see Dave Prumer, the trainer, talking with Ron Gardenhire, and you know the subject is Jason Kubel's wrist.
Yep.
They're smiling, and 2 thumbs up from the manager. We'll take that as a good sign. Twins already playing without Justin Morneau, and Kubel a big part of the Twins' ability to win games in his absence. Here's Danny Valencia. There's a pretty good reason the Twins have climbed into first place, too. 3 hits tonight for Valencia, and he pops the first pitch out of play. Valencia, Repko, and then Casilla. Valencia with a couple of ringing doubles and a single. Average up to 330. Chopper to short. Peralta fires to Cabrera, 1-away. Time for the Coors Light Cold Hard Blast.
Well, they're coming in the 6th inning with a couple runners at first and second. Danny Valencia got a pitch from Armando Galarraga.
Oh, this is the first one.
This is the first double right here. There's the one that I was talking about. The first to double in the second, and then the RBI double in the 6th. That made it a 3-2 ball game.
You could see the reaction by Kadire. We've seen other replays with the Twins dugout reacting because it was a ground rule double and only 1 run scored. Here's Repko. Started the game in left, now is the right fielder, and he takes ball 1. If you're wondering, the pitcher's spot is not due up till Kubel's spot. 6 more spots in the batting order. Twins have 3 bench players left, Tolbert, Butera, and Thome. Thome watching the game from the top step of the dugout on the railing, and Ron Gardenhire asked whether Thome's bat was touch and go. And Ron Gardner said it's touch tonight. They hope it'll be go tomorrow. Liner to left. Repka's got a knock with 1 out in the 8th. Downtown Minneapolis will be hopping on Thursday night. Final game of this series, and the Vikings will be playing an exhibition game. With that in mind, if you're looking for assistance or ideas on how to handle the increased traffic and demand for parking, visit twinsbaseball.com. Click on Target Field and then on Traffic Advisory. And there you'll find lots of good suggestions to help you plan your route this Thursday. It's all at twinsbaseball.com.
Might be a good day to take the light rail system.
Here's Casilla, entered the game as a pinch runner after Hardy walked in the 7th. Anyway, by the sound of things, Jim told me he'll be ready to resume his spot in the batting order tomorrow. And perhaps with Jason Kubel nursing a sore wrist, the timing of it all couldn't be better. The pitch out. Ball 1. We've seen Repko with great leg speed, and the Tigers, aware of that, thought he might have taken off on the first pitch.
That'll be Francisco Liriano tomorrow night against Max Scherzer. Scherzer's been pitching very well as of late. And then here on Thursday, it'll be Scott Baker against Justin Verlander.
1-0 to Casilla. And a strike in the outside corner. Punto, another utility infielder, going through a lot of running drills before the game today. Twins checking on his progress. Repko goes. Avila's throw. Got him.
Oh, Repko can't believe it right there. It looked like he got his foot in the bag.
And we're about 300 feet away from it, but from up here, it looked like he got his feet in there.
Yeah, got a pretty good jump right here. And then the slide.
That's not even close.
Let's give us a good angle right here.
Well, it was close, but he was safe. 2 down, and here's Casilla. Three and 1. With Span on deck. Dan Bellino made a correct call on a close play early in the ball game. Twins getting a force play at second on a bang play. And now bouncer right side out of the glove of Cabrera. He finds the pitcher. Perry at the bag. The Twins send just 3 to the plate in the 8th. Matt Capps will try to protect a 1-run lead in the 9th. base hit. Tigers got the first 3 runs, a 2-run 6th, the 2-run 7th to put the Twins in front, and Matt Capps has got a save situation.
Well, yeah, you know what? 3 unearned runs by the Tigers coming in the first 2 innings. Brian Dunsing did a great job getting that team into the 7th inning, not allowing any earned runs in 6 2/3 innings. So far, so good out of that bullpen. Mauer, where the Twins kept fighting back. 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th, 2 in the bottom of the 7th. And Capps given a 1-run lead here, looking for his 7th save in a Twins uniform.
Rhymes, Rayburn, and Cabrera due to hit. Rhymes 1 for 4. A bunt single in the first, and Capps starts him with a fastball and strike 1.
Capps, of course, coming over from the Washington Nationals on July 29th. He had 26 saves for the Nationals.
Base hit to left. So Rhymes slaps one to left, and the leadoff man is on. Barring a double play, that means Cabrera is going to come up. Oh, a big hit by Rayburn, I guess. Cabrera will come up with a man on base. So Rhymes aboard. He's got great speed, and Rayburn will hit with the tying run at first.
He just slapped the ball the other way. Rhymes, who got a bunt infield base hit in the first inning right there, got a pitch away, and good piece of hitting. Took it to left field. Rayburn 0 for 4 so far.
3 flies to the outfield. 1 hit pretty well, and a pop up to short. Actually fielded in the short outfield grass. Valencia in on the grass at third. Rayburn pulls the trigger and fouls the fastball back. He's coming to the Twins. Capps has given up a hit an inning, which was his history in the National League. Rayburn's only bounced into 5 double plays this year. Twins would love Cabrera to come to the plate with the bases empty in the 1-run lead. 1 strike. Oh, that ball gets away from Kadire, but not far enough for Rhymes to advance. Kadire had to reach into the runner. I'm not sure whether that hit Kadire's glove or the runner Rhymes.
It might have hit the bag, too, the way the ball popped up. No, it hit the end of the glove of Kadire and then got a piece of Rhymes, and the ball did not go too far away. Capps with a good fastball, very good control, very good slider. Also mix in a changeup. Occasional curveball.
As you said earlier, Rayburn's been one of the best hitters the White Sox or the Tigers have had since the All-Star break. John Rouse warming up. That's why he's hitting third in front of Cabrera.
Yeah, again, came into this ballgame career-high 10-game hitting streak.
1 strike to Ryan Rayburn. One and 1.
Fastball down and away.
Tigers have right-handed hitters Rayburn, Cabrera, Peralta, and Inge lined up in the middle of their lineup. Capps will be asked to pitch through this 9th inning after the leadoff single. Big swing and a foul, 1 and 2.
A good slider right there, right off the end of the bat of Rayburn. You see, first half struggled a little bit. Second half, he's really picked it up.
And strikeouts, 13 innings as a Twin. He'd love to get one here.
I'll take a ground ball.
2 and 2. 2-2 to Rayburn. Nice foul.
Cap's able to get the save. It would be his 100th Major League save.
A little pop-up over the Twins dugout, and already his 7th as a Twin. Last year, the Twins fortified their bullpen. They got Ron Mayhay, they got John Roush, and both were key players as the Twins caught and passed the Tigers in the extra game. This year, all the moves have been relief moves. First Capps, then Flores, then Fuentes.
I tell you what, again, you have to tip your hat to Billy Smith. He's making this club better and better.
2-2 to Rayburn.
Billy Smith, the general manager of the Twins. There's a ground ball. Get one.
They got one. Hudson quickly to first, and Kadire digs it out nicely. Rayburn reaches in a fielder's choice. So
the ball just not hit hard enough to maybe turn a double play. It allows Rayburn to get down that line. And you're right, a nice play by Kadire, opening up that glove, making sure the ball doesn't get away from him again like it did in the second inning. Hudson's throw again down in front of Kadire, and he's able to pick that one.
Well, here is Cabrera. The numbers overall, very, very good. The numbers late in games, even better. He has been, in addition to being a great hitter, a great clutch hitter for Detroit. Rayburn at first with one away. So many of his big hits have come late in ball games, in close games. And Capps comes right after him with a 93-mile-per-hour fastball.
Challenge him with a fastball right there.
And Cabrera, the only Detroit hitter who has any history at all with Capps because of their time together in the National League. Faced him 4 times, doubled once. Foul back, 2 strikes.
He's going right after him again. Another 94-mile-an-hour fastball from Matt Capps.
A wonderful game. You get a 1-run game in a pennant race. Capps has only thrown 10 pitches. It seems like 20.
Well, one thing I've noticed from Capps, when he gets in that stretch position, he will hold it for sometimes 3-4 seconds. Right here. He'll hold it. Now, that time he almost quick pitched him. Maybe surprised Joe Mauer.
And a wild pitch gets the tying run into second.
That's a ball I think that should have been caught right there. You see, you want the ball up, and the ball ended up outer half of the plate.
It's got to be a wild pitch, isn't it? I mean, Mauer had to lunge, try to backhand that throw. So it is a wild pitch charge to Capps. Now Cabrera with a hit to the outfield. Kataida. Maybe that'll tone down his swing, you think?
I don't think so.
A hit to right field his last time up. One and 2. And a high fastball. That's where they wanted it the last time, and it's 2-2. 4 fastballs. Capps coming right at Cabrera here in the 9th inning.
Well, games like this will make you even grayer. 2 long Gardner pacing.
Bouncer to short. Casilla on the run, fires. And the runner Rayburn advances to third, 2 down.
That's a heck of a pitch right there because he went down and in, and it kind of took the strength away from Cabrera, and all he could do was make contact, but he beat it into the ground. See all the other pitches, and then inner half, and Cabrera just didn't have the same swing right there, and he got the big ground ball out. On the play, Rayburn moved over to third.
Johnny Peralta already has 3 hits tonight.
He's got too many already.
Wild pitch allowing Rayburn to be at third base, who likely wouldn't have gotten a double play on that ground ball, but they would have gotten the lead runner. Peralta takes a fastball in the outside corner.
Good fastball up in the zone, and now that brings the 40-plus thousand people here on their feet. Chicago already won. Twins want to maintain their lead over the White Sox with a victory here tonight.
2 strikes to Johnny Peralta. Into the seats. 92, then 93, then 94. Camps accelerating the velocity with the moment. Pitches, they might have all been fastballs.
Look at that one slider to Rayburn.
2 strikes to Peralta. At 94, nowhere close to the strike zone, 1 and 2. To Peralta. Got him! And with 30 games left, your Minnesota Twins still have a 4-game lead in the American League Central.
And Matt Capps gets the save. His 100th Major League save, his 7th as a Minnesota Twin.
Twins took the lead in the 7th. Couple of runs. The only hit of the inning are Jimmy John's delivery of the game from Delman Young.
Delman taking that ball the other way, picking up the game-winning RBI. And a good comeback by the Twins.
White Sox on the road for a week and a half, Anthony, while the Twins are at home for a week and a half. And the Twins with a win, the same score as the White Sox game in Cleveland earlier this evening.
And that means the margin is the same, 4 games, as Minnesota wins for the 12th time in their last 14 at Target Field. Ahead on Quest Twins Live, we'll hit the field for our instructional and show you how you play the warning track on the wall and left. Break down the Central Division showdown, give you an update on Jason Kubel, and hear from Gardy on Quest Twins Live.